And stream is up.
All right. Welcome back to Drakkenheim after a 2 month hiatus. I had some stuff going on where I couldn't take the time to be fully invested. Uh, but we're back, and hopefully, no more long breaks like that for a while. Um, anyway, last time. Uh, Lots of stuff happened, but the important thing is you guys were on your way to the Amethyst Academy Inscrutable Tower. You had broken away from Eldrick Runeweaver, and um, you did not tell anyone in the Amethyst Academy that you would be coming here, though they have asked you to investigate. But you've chosen to keep the fact that you're coming now a secret. On your way there, you fought some elementals because things are getting more dangerous the deeper into the city you go. Um, this is also a Amethyst Academy tower. There was a lot of magic stuff in and around the area. The delirium interacts with it in very unpredictable ways, um, or at least since no one's been able to study it fully, it's unpredictable. Maybe there's a rhyme and reason to it, but if there is, no one's been able to figure it out yet. Um, as you get closer and closer to the tower, um, the haze is becoming thicker. You guys are going into the deep haze. While you were on the ground floor on in the outskirt, or yeah, if you're outside the tower or on the lower levels, you guys will need to be making uh, saving throws against being contaminated while you're here, since you still haven't uh, found any way to combat the haze. Once you make it to the top floors, uh, it'll be above the haze and it won't be needed on an hourly basis. Um, so, with that being said, I'd like you all to make your first uh, Constitution saving throw, and if you're using any items to give yourself a mask of any sort, you can certainly give yourself a advantage.
Yeah, I think Nox definitely doing the same as he did because somewhere else had deep haze.
Yeah,
The
we kind of
lilies,
talked about this
maybe.
before, and I think a lot of us were wearing like masks during.
Yeah, the flower garden had deep haze.
Nox wears a mask most of the time anyway, so
Um, you can also anybody who's in within
yowza.
10 feet of me can add 4 to whatever they roll.
That's great. So I actually have a 16.
I'm pretty sure all you had to do was beat a 10. Um,
Well, I almost tripped over that very low bar.
yeah. Let me let me I know. Well, that didn't help. Oh, no, I'm a liar. The the save is 15. So yeah, Amnar and Nock both
Saved by the aura.
had that, yeah, use that aura to
Yep.
you have to roll, right?
This is +4
No,
automatically,
it's just
or is it?
straight +4.
Oh, okay, cool. So you both pass. I guess I should do it for Hudson and Bull as well. Cool. So everybody passes. Nobody takes any contamination. But after an hour, um, you will need to make another save. And I will determine when that hour has passed arbitrarily. um, anyway, is everybody on the new map that I set up?
Yes.
All right. So, the tower exterior. The inscrutable tower of the Amethyst Academy is an immensely tall structure that reaches a dizzying height of 1,200 feet. The shimmering obsidian walls are perfectly smooth. There is not a single window or embellishment along its outer face, save a deep vertical groove cut into the pinnacle. Seen at a distance, the tower appears relatively narrow, though it is roughly 150 feet wide and anchored by sharply arched buttresses at the base. The tower has been smashed apart roughly two-thirds up its height. Remarkably, the top of the tower hovers above in utter defiance of gravity. Between the upper and lower sections is a gaping breach with pieces of floating debris locked in the air. Frozen in time at the moment a meteor soared through it, a keen-eyed observer can see fragments of delirium, broken bookshelves, and scattered tomes bobbing about the wreckage. The cobble the cobblestone streets break here, a campus park surrounding the inscrutable tower. A forest of delirium crystals have grown up around the tower that surrounds a small artificial lake. Overlooking the pond is a large stone plinth surrounded by arcane arches. Yeah, so you guys show up on the far end of said lake. It is difficult to see because um, because of the deep haze, um, acting very similar to a fog, but the large chunks of delirium crystals around here do provide a faint glowing purple light. Um, Knock. You can make an insight or an arcana check.
Two things not great at.
Nobody's great at.
Um, Show me that character sheet. Oh, actually, I'm not
maybe,
terrible at insight.
maybe looking at it, maybe survival could also be maybe survival or nature could also be used.
Insight is as good as it's going to get for me. And I'm making it by myself.
Yep, it's just you. And it's not really a huge thing that you would be thinking about necessarily, but something you just might happen to notice. A 10. Ten's not terrible. Um, so as you show up, um, you've been around the city for a long time, in and out, never necessarily staying in one place for a long period of time, but you've been exploring it quite a bit. And you know that the meteor actually crashed down on the south side of the city. Um, and you guys are closer to the north. Um, Evidenced by the angle of the hole going through the tower itself. You can almost plot the you can almost plot the path of the meteor going through the angle of the tower. Um, you also know that where the meteor struck is where most of the delirium is. The larger chunks, the yeah, just that's where all delirium is. It's the most dangerous part of the city, or so you thought. Um, the Queen of Thieves told you a while ago that you should look into delirium a little more. You haven't really done that, but as you come to the tower, you're realizing that all the delirium here, this could not have all come from the meteor. If you were to put all this delirium together, it would be nearly the same size as the meteor. There's no way that all this broke off from it. Um, yeah,
So
that's it. This
Colby's
is
going to say something. Nock might be smart enough to figure this out. I don't know, and I could be wrong. Um, so that would leave two options: either delirium grows, or it pulled up more delirium that was already here. My suspicion would be that it grows, and by the fact that it grew up so much here, my suspicion is that it's soaking up ambient magic to grow.
That is an interesting hypothesis. I do not know if Nock would be smart enough to infer that. You might. I also will make no comment on whether or not you are correct. um,
Let me look at Nock's intelligence score. He's a 10. He's not.
yeah, like I said, I'm also not saying whether that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that he's smart enough to know that this is a whole lot of delirium here. And like way more, well, not necessarily way more, but it's more than should have been able to break off of a meteor.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably Nock's takeaway is there's more delirium than there should be, and for some reason, a lot of it is around the Mage's Tower.
There might be a lot other places as well. This is just the first place that it's been overwhelmingly obvious.
Yeah, but maybe he'll get the rest of it eventually. All
Okay.
right. Do we need to figure out how to cross this? How deep is this lake of whatever?
Oh, you don't have to cross it. There's a pathway around. Um,
Um, is this one of those things where the light radius of the crystals is going to give us cancer?
uh,
Get
no,
close to find out.
the the light isn't going to give you cancer, but it's supposed to sort of indicate that like these are magical structures that are pulsing with power and yeah. Um,
That
yeah,
sort of
there's a
sounded like
pathway.
you said what I said, just in a different way.
You're not going to. You
Don't
already
worry,
passed
John
the
Wayne.
Constitution.
This bomb only pulses with power.
Like, like, imagine that, like, and I guess this, in a way, this is true, but imagine that the haze is sort of coming off of the crystals. Um, like the crystals are sort of producing it, which is why it's got a very deep haze here, where there's a whole lot of crystals around. Um, and you've already passed your con saves for the hour, so yeah,
But if we get close, will it explode?
getting close. No, but if you were to cast a fireball on it or something, maybe. Like,
So are there some like decent sized chunks that we could stuff in Bull's backpack?
uh, there are decent sized chunks, but they are way too big to fit in a backpack. You would have to break some off in order to stuff it in a sack. Maybe some of the smaller ones Bull could carry entirely. Um, but yeah, you guys have never seen crystals or geodes this large of delirium. Um, if the Academy knew that this was here, they would be much more intent on um, getting the tower back. The reclaiming the tower has always been something they wanted, but they knew the dangers of it, especially for themselves. Um, if they knew that all of this delirium was here, that and they could study it safely, this would be potentially top priority of anything for them, except for maybe preventing the city from being burned down, because then they would lose all of this. But yeah, this is they are unaware as of right now as to how much delirium is here.
So I don't know if it'll actually help us because I'm sure you have thought of such things. But can we just say that I spend like a couple of minutes just sending the shadow in different directions to see if anything jumps at it or freaks out or explodes?
Uh, sure.
Like it can
How?
it can go like across the lake, so it could like show up over here, not too much
Okay.
further, but like it could pop up and just be like, "Hey, is this statue gonna smite us or something?"
Okay. So the statues. Um, you will notice that there's a statue here, also here, and here. So kind of making a triangle. Um,
That we're inside of. Excellent.
yes, that you are inside of. But
Knock notices and immediately is like, let's just sidle this way, guys.
well, hold on. Um, they are they are definitely in disrepair. Um, they are uh, broken down, chunks missing. Um, they do well. Do you describe them to everyone else?
Yeah, I would just pass on info as I
Okay,
noted it.
then everyone could make an Arcana check. Um, Finch, if you're better at it, you could do a history check, sort of going on your own memories of the Amethyst Academy.
Could I maybe assist? Didn't isn't Hudson proficient in Arcana?
I'm terrible in all of these.
Yeah, Hudson is proficient. He's got a +4.
Wait, does he have a -2 to intelligence?
No, he's got a +1.
So he's not proficient.
He's got a check mark next to Arcana,
Hold up.
and it says 4 next to him.
Wait, so his Arcana's +4?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were saying his Arcana bonus was +1 and he's proficient, which would mean that he's dumb as a pile of rocks.
No, he's got a. I thought I said he's got a 4.
I heard he's got a +1, and I was doing the math and went, uh-oh.
No, he's got a +4.
So I'd like to give him a help action.
All right. Okay. Finch got a 6. And Amnar got a okay. Yeah, so Hudson is able to relay to you all that these were likely uh, guardians of the tower at one point in time, though they don't seem to be active now. If you got closer to them, you could potentially investigate and see if you could fix them. But for the moment, they appear dormant. Also, if you popped over across the lake, um, and you can see out of your shadow as if it was you. Knock.
Is he muted?
I don't know. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Amnar?
I've been muted this whole time.
Oh, but you can hear me. So
No,
it's
I can
just
hear you.
so either Colby can't hear or he's muted.
Sorry, dinner just got here. What was the thought to do? Something about repairing the statues?
Oh, yeah. You guys, they were likely guardians of the tower at one point. Um, Stone golems to be precise, but they seem to be in disrepair and not active. You could get closer to investigate, um, and potentially even fix them. Um, Maybe not wholly, but enough to get them functioning. But I was asking, you can see through your shadow as if it was just you.
No, but what I can do is like, I think what I would do first is just see if the shadow provokes a reaction. And if it doesn't
Well,
provoke a reaction, I might use my bonus action to like flicker places with it. Because I can just pop up for like 6 seconds and then disappear again.
okay, so when you sent your shadow next to the statue, you weren't able to see the statue.
I would be if I flickered and replaced. So if it
Okay,
didn't smite the shadow, I would maybe risk it to see what it was.
okay. So what I'm gonna need you to do then is pick a spot to send the shadow, and I will
Excellent.
tell you if anything happens. Okay.
No, hold on.
Um,
I'm not that dumb. I would go like to the side. I would also suggest we move out of the triangle of peril just in case. Would y'all be okay if we all just step back to here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
Okay,
It's gonna turn out
so
that being in the triangle is what keeps us safe.
Hey, right.
with your shadow gets over there, a golden triangle appears, and everything within it is healed completely and gains 3 levels. No. No. Yeah, your shadow pops there and nothing happens.
Sometimes nothing happening is way worse than something happening.
Right.
Okay, then I'm gonna flicker and trade places with it for a second to get a closer look.
All right. Amnar, what are you doing?
I was checking out the other statue.
Okay. Um, getting a closer look at it, you get the information that I just described, that
Yeah.
it's disrepair, all that other fun stuff that I just said. Um, yep, that's it. That's it.
Yep.
Unless you want to take the time to investigate further.
Not just yet. He's gonna hang back until he sees what happens with the other one.
Same for knock, but same scenario just happened. Since you couldn't see through your shadow before, and I gave you all that information, uh, this is you getting that information legitimately.
Yeah, it's kind of my equivalent of like the 10-foot pole. Just assume that I'm always kind of trying to poke ahead and see if I can set off a trap or an ambush.
Or like, yeah, throwing a rock.
But we don't have to like play it out every time.
Right.
Eh, well, like I said, I needed you to pick a spot. This particular spot, you're fine. Nothing happened.
Oh,
This
great.
time.
So, will these purple things explode?
Right.
I mean,
That's what the
if
purple radius
you
means.
if you hit them with a fireball or something, maybe, I don't know.
True.
They're giant crystals of volatile energy.
Well, should we investigate these statues closer to see if we can actually repair them?
I guess.
Is anyone actually good at repairing stuff?
That's a good question.
Does
I have no
anyone think that
relevant
they
skill
would be
sets.
able to fix them? Or even identify the problem?
Right.
Um,
All Hudson is the answer here.
Hudson can guidance somebody.
So, I mean, he's a dwarf. He has smith tools.
Doesn't he have
That's not
stone cunning?
stone cunning. Whenever you make an well, let's put it in chat. Whenever you make an intelligence check related to the origin of stonework, you are considered proficiency in the history skill and add double your proficiency bonus to the check. But that doesn't necessarily mean he would know problems or how to fix them.
But he's also proficient in Arcana.
Yeah. Yeah. He might be able to identify the problem, but I don't know if he would be able to fix it. Like I said, he has smith's tools, which aren't really maybe I'm wrong. What Smith tools don't fix statues, right? I wouldn't think so.
There
They
aren't.
also aren't.
There's like no tool rules.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't think he would have the means to fix them. He might be able to, like, you know how you can sometimes get a junked up truck to work? He might be able to do something similar, like technically making them run, but not necessarily in a way that is long lasting or with their full capabilities, we'll say. But that's far from a guarantee.
I mean, he's probably the best shot we got, for being honest.
I mean, do you want to waste time doing this? It might eat into some of your time. Uh, you've got an hour before you have to
All right.
make a con saving throw to see if you get
The
more.
alchemist. Yeah.
Yeah, we can certainly use some of that time to do this.
I mean, the alternative is we just look at it and walk past.
Right.
Yep, can always come back later. Save it, save the save the tower,
What
and
are
get the
Bull's
mage in here.
proficiencies?
Uh, skill wise, athletics, intimidation, and investigation, nature, perception, survival. He also has thieves' tools and cartographer's tools.
Well, what do y'all think?
I say give it a little try, and if it's going to take a long time or if it's not really working, then we move on.
All right. So this was all hypothetical, what I was saying. Here's what we'll do. Guidance is a cantrip, right?
Yep.
All right. We're gonna get guidance on, and we're gonna have him roll a quick Arcana check. If he, and we'll have him do it with it. We'll say somebody's assisting him. If he rolls a 13 or higher, he'll be able to identify the problem. If he rolls if he rolls 16 or higher, he can fix the problem, uh, but it'll take 30 minutes. If he rolls 20 or higher, he can do it in 10.
Maybe Bull can assist him with his prodigious strength.
Yep. Somebody's assisting him. We've got him on it. So 13, 16, 20. Anything lower than a 13, and he can't even identify the problem. So he got a 14, which means he can identify it and fix it in 30. What I say? He can identify it but not fix it. Unfortunately. Unless you wanted to take more time for him to work on it again.
Could he use the noble confidence?
Sure. We'll say he has that. So another D4. So he can fix it, but it'll take 30 minutes.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
That seems worth it.
Okay. So that's half your time before having to make another con roll. But okay. Which one do you want him to work on? The one Amnar
I mean,
is next to, or the one Nock is next to?
I'm okay either way.
Yeah, it's all the same to me.
I'd say yeah, the one knock is next to.
All right. So what's everyone else doing while he works on this?
I'm just kind of hanging out around him.
Uh, I think that I'm personally staying relatively close to. Um, I'm staying like uh, within 10 feet of Finch for the aura, but not right next to the statue.
Maybe a good
And then
idea.
I'll have the shadow keep wandering around.
Okay, well, what about let's hold up. Let's all hold up here. Amnar, what are you doing?
He was still looking at this statue, just looking at
You're
the
you're
pieces.
while he's working on that one, you're gonna stay over at that one. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So before anything else, when you guys all, most of you, gather around this particular statue, um, as you, we're just gonna say Bull does it. As he gets close to this tree, a monster falls down from it.
Well, he had a good run.
Ah, it's just this little gibbering mouther. You guys have fought them before.
Right.
But
Big
with
deal.
that being said, this does trigger the start of a fight. That means you guys should roll initiative.
I was wondering about that.
It's been a while.
Don't worry.
Right. I was
At
about
this
to
rate,
make
we
the
only have to
question.
stall them for 300 rounds.
Right.
I want it to be known that I have a +6 to initiative and just mostly roll under 10.
Hey, I've got a -1, and I am usually right there, around the 5 or less. But give me one more round, one more level, and I can fix that a little bit. For a lot of us.
Okay. So, all the way on the other side of the map is Amnar.
Yep.
That's surely fine. Splitting up the party is always a good idea.
Right. Yeah. No. Okay. I guess I'll.
And it explodes.
Right. My move speed. Oh, 35. I'll just go ahead and dash. That's all I can do.
All right. And then that's Bull's turn. I'm assuming we're all good with him just running down and swinging his axe at this thing. Do we want him to rage?
I mean, why don't we just shoot this thing like 1,000 times as it waddles towards us? Aren't they really slow?
But isn't
Yes. Yes.
this also the thing that was like calling a bunch of other monsters to it, so that we want to kill it fast? Or am I thinking of something else?
It is very slow. Um I it does make noise, but it does not have an ability that specifically calls allies.
Okay.
I do remember you guys fought an enemy that did do that, but I think it was one of those knoll like creatures that they can't use a knoll for because it's not part of the SRD, so they had to make up their own that I can't remember what they're called right now. Um, Garmier, I
Oh,
think.
yep.
I think it was a version of them that I'll that if it popped up for you all.
Oh, yep.
I think it was one of those that
Right.
did it. But you guys are currently facing one of
Yay!
these.
Right. So fun looking.
We know that it
Yeah,
incapacitates things that are too close. I would say we try to shoot it as much as we can before anyone gets in melee.
yeah, you guys have definitely fought one of these before. Um, it makes the ground around it up to 10 feet away difficult terrain, and it does have just a 10-foot movement speed. So it is very slow. You guys would know this from fighting them before. And you also may remember that it spits stuff at you. So, with that being said, technically Bull is in difficult terrain, but he would be able to get out of it by spending only 5 feet of movement if he went in the opposite direction of this thing. And he does have the ability to throw his axe, right? And have it return
Alright,
to him.
yep.
So is that what we want to do? Have him step
Yep.
away and throw his axe?
Yeah. Probably a good idea.
With that being the case, I'll allow you guys to choose what direction does he step away? How far does he step away? Um, I think he has a range of 30 feet to throw.
I think so.
Maybe. What ability lets him throw? It was Does anyone know what ability lets him throw his axe?
Nope.
Oh. Um. So this may change things then. I'll put it in chat. It says when you enter your rage, you can choose one weapon that you're holding and infuse it with the following damage type. While you wield the infused weapon during your rage, it gains the thrown property.
Okay, yeah. So he's
So
more
if you
raging.
want him to be able to throw it, he has to.
Or javelin. Okay.
Yes, he does have javelin. We could
That's
absolutely still do that.
yeah.
He does. He normally has 4 rages. He has already spent one, um, according to his sheet. So, yeah. Is that what we're gonna do? So, where would you guys like him to back up to? Javelin would have a longer range, has a range of 30 feet. So he could back up to 20. Well, he could back up to this row of stuff. How about right here? That seems like a good spot. Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we'll have him throw a javelin. $17 does hit. He does not have his rage, but deals 10 piercing. And he has extra attack. I'm assuming he can throw another javelin. 12 hits as well, dealing another 5. All right. It is this thing's turn. So it does have 10 feet of movement. So it will come right here. And it's going to do blinding spittle. Now, unfortunately, it does not realize that that's just a construct for knock, but it's going to aim at this spot in between the Shadow, Hudson, and Finch. So all 3 of you will need to make a dexterity saving throw. 1 second, let me put it into chat so you guys can see. So yeah, it spits a glob and it explodes in a flash of light. So yeah, Hudson and Finch, you guys will both need to make a DC 13 Dex save or be blinded.
And Hudson can add a or add just straight 4 to this, whatever he rolls.
Well, he passes. And so do you. Fantastic. So that was useless for this thing to do. Does its attack have reach? It does not. So that's all it can do. Knock. It is your turn. He had mentioned javelin prepare action, but I think he was talking about
Yeah, that was for Bull. I'm back.
bolt. Okay.
I'm gonna put the shadow behind it. Um, bunching up seems bad. Dead. Can I not move? I can't move my. I can't move with my keyboard for some reason. Weird.
That's strange.
I used to be able to use the WASD, and I can't anymore.
Oh, I can use the arrow keys.
Huh.
Yeah, I can use the
Weird.
arrow keys too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't. I've never tried using WASD. So
I cannot do it with WASD.
I thought I used to be able to. Oh well. I'm just gonna steady aim and attack with advantage.
Go for it. 15 hits.
Ah, my rolls are back.
Anything else you can do?
Nope, that was action, bonus action, and movement.
All right. To add a little suspense to this, and because I don't want to go through Hudson's entire character sheet, he thinks that if he stops tinkering with the statue right now, it may come on and go crazy. Would you guys like him to continue tinkering with the statue, or pause to attack the Mouther?
Stay on the statue.
Done and done. Finch, it's your turn.
Next to the gibbering mother, is that actual knock or is that shadow knock? That's shadow, right?
Yes, Shadow always has a purple dot.
The purple dot. Okay. So this won't actually give me advantage to come over here, but I'm still gonna do it.
It will not. I'm not going to try and attack from a distance since it can't move very well.
Nope.
Okay, and 10. Yeah, that getting there, just so you remember, is going to be all your movement since getting close to it makes the terrain difficult terrain.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to back away either, just so that you're aware. But if you'd like to go on an attack, you can absolutely do it. 27 hits.
And we'll smack at her again. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
And then we'll bonus action attack her in there. It's a 15 hit.
Yep.
For a total of math.
And you kill it. Huzzah!
hmm.
So yeah, if all you guys are gonna do is stick around, um, then Hudson is able to bring online this stone golem. Um, it is not a it is not perfectly repaired, as it would require a lot more magic, a lot more tools. But this thing is functional, and at least for the moment, does not seem hostile towards you.
We might have made this so much worse, guys.
All right. So what would you like to do now?
Uh, so are we considering doing this to all three of the statues?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like maybe if
I
all
mean,
three
do
are
we
down.
have any impression that does the stone golem seem like it's supposed to do anything other than just fight random thingies?
As none of you are wizards or spellcasters in general, let me rephrase that. Arcane spellcasters. Um, I know that Finch has some, but he was never really part of the academy in in a training sense. And Hudson's is more on the divine side. Um, you don't really have any sense of what this may have, what its purpose may have been, or what its capabilities may have been, especially since it's in still in disrepair, even if it's able to turn on. Um, but you do know that all indicators was was that this would have been a guardian of some kind. Um, yeah, you know, Finch Finch would know that outsiders were typically never allowed into the tower. Um, it would it was allowed on special occasions. Um, but even when it was allowed for an outsider to come, they usually didn't leave the lobby. Like they weren't allowed to explore the tower itself. Uh, so that maybe these were originally supposed to keep people who weren't supposed to be here out. You're not entirely sure.
Like having been here before, do I remember them being like online with previous visits or what they were doing then?
Um, you could, well, I guess the first thing I should say is if you're trying to remember something, roll a history check.
Yep.
I'm not gonna remember.
Yeah, so
There were statues? I don't know.
Yeah,
Didn't
in
notice them.
in the past, even though you had ties to the Amethyst Academy and even worked for them in some ways, um, you never really saw the statues do anything. Um, you can assume that when you were here, they were online, but you never saw them move or attack or do anything. So you have no real idea if they were actually online or not. But you make the assumption that they were.
All right. Is it even worth like Oh, that thing's dead. Are we just standing here for no reason?
Yeah.
The
All right,
golem's
let's
on.
go inside.
Yeah.
I don't feel like these are doing anything for us, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good to have something out here, but we don't know if it's going to stay on our side, and there's nothing else to do.
And it's probably not worth activating the other two.
Okay.
So, what path are we taking? Are you going to try and cross the lake specifically? Go around the left side? Go around the right side? Choices matter.
Right.
I'm going to arbitrarily say left side and keep having the shadow go out ahead of us.
Right? So, I'm going to need you guys to collectively move around so that I can see what happens when and where.
Right.
But do it slowly.
Are we still in initiative order?
We sure are.
Wait, are we really?
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't move to my turn then.
Oh yeah, I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Oh,
So we're gonna bring Amnar back down here.
wherever I was before. Yeah.
Why did it do that? That was weird. It
Uh,
just went up to the corner like it was on a new round, or maybe because there was nothing. I don't know. It should have just flipped over to Amnar. Anyway, Amnar.
yeah, I'll just stay like that.
Not gonna try and do anything. I know there's nothing to attack, but
Yeah, no. No, I'm not. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna. What do you guys want Bull to do?
Walk around the lake.
I guess move forward. Yeah.
To the left.
Yeah. The left path.
All right. When he gets about here, another
Okay.
Mouther appears. Da, da, da.
So avoid the trees.
Well, you could say that, but as one Mouther drops down and starts chittering and gibbering away, um, the lake starts to bubble a little bit as well. And coming up from it is something you've seen but never encountered. You saw a dead one in the in the basement of the inn, and then you saw another one down an alleyway that you chose to avoid. But this is a protean abomination, and it appears as well. But yeah, as the thing pops out, we'll have Bull swing his axe at it, since he's already there. And of course he crits. Why wouldn't he?
Attaboy.
But he's not raging, so that's 36 damage. Which immediately sends this thing to half health. But now it's this giant thing's turn, and I finally get to figure out what its abilities are.
It casts Disintegrate.
Yeah, so it's going to come down. And it's going to slam attack Bull, who has a 14 AC. Yeah, 14, unless I'm missing something that he should have on, but I don't think he does. So this thing gets a 17 and a 20 to hit. Ooh. The first one deals only 7 damage. The second one deals 19. So you can get an idea of just how wide a range this thing hits.
Bull's raging, right?
He is not. You guys made the choice to have him not rage to save it.
When it was one gibbering mouther, not a giant boss coming out of the lake.
Yeah, well, we can have him rage on his next one.
Yep.
If you choose, but this one, he was not. Um, and in addition to getting hit, uh, you guys can see that if both attacks hit a larger, smaller target, the target is grappled, and I get to use engulf on it.
Oh, yep.
So you guys can see it and know to avoid it. So because both hit, I get to go on and use engulf. It's fantastic. Which means Bull is in very bad condition.
Yep.
He has 2 life left, just so you guys are aware.
Oh.
And because moves on to it moves on to Bull Square to engulf him. But that also means that it engulfs the gibbering mouther, which kills the mouther. Um, and if you all had, well, killing the mouther, this thing hasn't been hurt, so you don't see it heal itself. But it would have. Knock, it's your turn.
Move that up to there. I can't. Steady aim and attack with advantage. I have rolled minimum
19
damage
hits.
on sneak attack twice tonight.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
23 total.
Cool, cool. Anything else?
That's everything.
Hudson's turn. I'm assuming we want to do some form of healing on Bull.
Makes sense.
He's got no healing cantrips. I don't know if there is a healing cantrip. He's got healing word he can do from a distance. Prayer of healing. Are those distance spells? Oh no. Lesser restoration, I think. So okay, so he could do prayer of healing. And here's healing word description. Oh, he's got mass healing word probably wouldn't help healing one person. He should have cure wounds always on. But he has to touch for that. So I think just regular healing word is probably the best. Or prayer of healing, I guess. Up to 6 creatures you can see within range. So if anyone else needs healing, he could do that as well.
Am I the only other one that's hurt?
Pretty sure
I'm not down very much.
All right, so regular healing word then. Do we want to upcast it? He's got 4 level 1, 3 level 2. He's used his level 4 spell, but he still has 2 level 3s. Bull's pretty hurt. We'll do it as a level 3 spell. How's that? So Bull gets 12, but also, what are the things that. Um, aren't there things that allow him to get more healing? Two plus the spell's level. So we cast it at third, so that's an extra 5. And then I think I gave him an item. Yeah. Also gives him proficiency bonus. So an additional 8. So 12 and 8. He gets 20 life back. I think that's everything that added to it, but I could be wrong. Anyway, it is the stone golem's turn. And now that it's online, you guys can see a picture of it. Huzzah!
Ah.
It rushes towards the protean abomination and attempts to slam itself into it twice, missing the first time, but connecting on the second one. Dealing 17 damage. You get the sense that it wanted to do something else, but was unable to do so. Finch, it's your turn.
Well, am I muted? I'm not muted. Am I able to like kind of walk around these trees? I think he's over here. Like if I go around that way.
Yeah, yeah, there's enough room for you to pass between them.
15, 20. Yeah, we'll get right up there. And we'll smack it.
All right, go for it. 19 hits.
And we'll smack it again. And we'll smack it a third time. Well, the 13 hit.
Unfortunately, a 13 just misses. You slam the butt of your spear into it, but it's kind of amorphous, and your spear gets a little stuck in it. You got to
Sweet.
yank it back out. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Amnar, what are you gonna do?
Okay. I might go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark. Oh, no, not that. On the big guy, of course.
I would also like to remind everyone that technically Bull is engulfed by this thing.
Yes. Ooh, completely missed.
That's a miss.
Oh my gosh. I'm really rolling the net ones tonight. Okay.
20 will hit though. Don't forget to add your elemental.
Oh, right.
All right. So that's one attack, two attack. Anything you want, you use your bonus action to do that. I'm assuming that's everything, or do you have a reaction you can use?
No, I might back up a little bit. Yeah, okay. Yep, I'm done.
Bull's turn again. Um, I'm assuming we want him to rage now.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I'm putting that back. So he's currently engulfed. So he needs to make a DC 15 con save. Oh, I misread the engulf. So he is engulfed, but he has to make a con save on his turn or take damage. So we will have him make that con save now, and if he succeeds, I'll give him that health back. I'm sorry that I did that. He wasn't raging before, though, so he wouldn't have. I don't know if he would have advantage on con saves or not, but he wouldn't have last time. He
He
got a
would have
14.
he would have a 4 from me from my aura now.
Good call. Good call. So that does get him to pass because it's at the start of his turn. So how much damage did I do to him last time with engulf? 17. So he gets 17 life back. That's why I put those things in chat so you guys can call me when I mess it up. So anyway, he has health back. He's raging now. It doesn't say how he gets out. Well, he's considered grappled. Okay, so he would have to. If he's restrained, can he make a strength saving throw to get out? It doesn't specifically say. Usually it says, like, at the start of your turn, you can make a save to escape or something like that. But it doesn't say that on this one. I'm going to make the assumption he can. Though I reserve the right to change that ruling if I so choose. But he's raging now. This is a strength or athletics check, so he should have advantage because of the rage. He gets a 20. So yeah, he's able to pull himself out. And I'm going to have him just wail on the thing. You guys good with that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Uh, do you guys think you would reckless attack? I forgot to turn advantage off.
He probably would.
All right, you
Yeah.
say yes, so that means they both hit. Dealing. All right. Now it's this thing's turn again. And it would definitely attack one of you all. We're going to say Bull again, since he's the one who just hit it hard. Both hitting again. But this time Bull gets to cut the damage in half. So a total of 10 damage. He rolled a 12 and a 9. But Bull gets engulfed again. So at the start of his turn, we'll have to make another save.
Did he get his +4 to that save too?
There isn't a save to being engulfed. The ability specific here, I'll put it in chat.
Oh,
It
it's the
specifically says
attack
if
man.
both slam attacks hit, then the target is engulfed.
Gotcha. Ooh.
Yeah, but I will do it in the correct order this time. He will not take damage from the engulf until the start of his turn. But now it's Nox's turn.
I'll shift the shadow over a little and attack.
So just so you guys know, if you were to pull him out of the engulf before his turn, he wouldn't have to make that save.
48 damage.
That of course you did. You come very dangerously close to just killing this thing outright.
Um, hold on. Sure. I'll use an Unleash Incarnation and try and shoot it again.
Go for it. You shoot it again. You kill it. It had 4 life. Just so you all are aware, you did a you did more than 170 damage in a round and a half. Because that's how much life this thing started with.
Wow.
And Hudson didn't even attack. He chose to heal. um we are still in initiative order, as there may be more things hidden about around this area. But with that being said, it is 10:30, so I'm going to end it here, as this is a good time to end.
Sounds good.
So I apologize for us starting late and for the long getting reacclimated period. Um, but hopefully this was a nice little combat session to get you reacclimated with your characters. And there's more to come.
Right.
Yeah, nice to get back in it.
Um, were you guys able to play much when I was away? In the other worlds.
Oh, we did
Yeah.
4 sessions of the subclass playtests, 1 session of City of Mists, and 1 session of Ghosts in the Dark. So we went what 6 for 8, something like that.
That's pretty good. How did the subclass tests go?
They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
I
I
really thought I'd be able to join at least once or twice. I'm sorry I wasn't able to.
I didn't play it particularly well. I'm pretty sure I went down in every fight, but I thought the characters were cool.
I mean, it was really a sort of narrative choice that that put you in an interesting spot.
Yeah, true. But I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I'm a little sad that that turned over so quick because I loved how the art for that little furbolg woman turned out.
And speaking of the subclasses, how's the book coming along?
Book is almost done. I turn in edits for section 4. 4 later tonight. Tomorrow I. What is tomorrow? No, tomorrow's nothing. Subclasses have already been turned in. Those will come back for edits, and then it's just intro and acknowledgments.
Wow,
Yeah, it's
that's
basically done. It's
impressive.
freaking me out. There is an exciting new small project on the horizon. Um, but hey, if you need someone to write your TTRPG stuff, uh, come find Colby Whitaker.
Well, that's fantastic. Um, yeah, uh, that's all I got, and it's late for me,
Right.
so I'm gonna peace
Me
out.
too.
Hope you guys had an okay time,
Yep.
Yeah.
and same time next week.
Sounds good.
I
Sounds good.
See you guys.
Peace.